You can steal money. You can steal a plan. But you should never steal from a genius who has nothing left to lose. Watch closely. The trap is already set. Act 1. The Observer. Arthur is a man of habits. He arrives at the office at 7 a.m. He leaves at 9 p.m. He sits in the corner of the room, far from the window. Arthur is 35 years old. He wears a simple gray suit. He wears glasses that are slightly cracked. To his colleagues, Arthur is boring. They call him the calculator. They think he has no imagination. They are wrong. Arthur is not just an architect. He is a master. He sees things others do not see. He understands how light hits a stone. He understands how wind moves through a tunnel. But Arthur works for Blackwood Associates, and at Blackwood Associates, only one name matters. Mr. Blackwood walks in. He is a large man with cold eyes and an expensive watch. He does not know how to draw. He does not know mathematics, but he knows how to take. He takes ideas. He takes credit. He takes money. Arthur watches him from the shadows. Arthur remembers last year. He designed a beautiful museum. Blackwood put his own name on it. Arthur remembers last month. He fixed a dangerous mistake in a bridge. Blackwood took the award for safety. Arthur is tired, but this time Arthur has a plan. He is no longer a victim. He is a hunter waiting in the grass. Act 2. The Demand. It is Monday morning. Blackwood stands in front of Arthur's desk. He smells of cigars and arrogance. "Arthur," Blackwood says, "the city council announced a new competition." Arthur looks up. "The skyscraper project?" "Yes," Blackwood says. "The prize is $1 million and global fame." He leans closer. "I want that prize, Arthur. I want you to design something spectacular. And when you finish," Blackwood smiles cruelly, "I will put my name on it, like always." Arthur adjusts his glasses. He does not look angry. He looks calm. "Of course, Mr. Blackwood," Arthur says. "I will make the design. It will be unforgettable." Blackwood laughs. "Good boy. You have 1 week." He walks away. Arthur watches him. Arthur opens his notebook. He does not start drawing the real project. He starts drawing the trap. Act 3. The Bait. For 5 nights, Arthur stays in the office. He creates a design called the Glass Lotus. It is beautiful. It is a tall tower shaped like a flower. It has curved glass walls. It has a swimming pool on the roof. It looks like a dream, but it is a lie. Arthur is a genius at physics. He calculates carefully. He knows that the curved glass will reflect the sun perfectly onto the street below. It will create a death ray. The heat will be so strong it will melt the plastic on cars. Also, he calculates the foundation wrong. If the wind blows at 50 kilometers per hour, the tower will create a terrible noise, a screaming sound. The building will sing a song of horror. But on paper? On paper, it looks magnificent. Only a true expert would check the math, and Mr. Blackwood never checks the math. Arthur finishes the Glass Lotus. He leaves the beautiful drawings on his desk. He leaves a note on top. Final draft, do not touch. He knows Blackwood cannot resist. Then Arthur goes home. At home, in his small kitchen, he works on the real project. A project for the anonymous submission. He calls it the Silent Stone. Act 4. The False End. Arthur stands on the sidewalk outside the Blackwood Tower. He holds a small box with his things, an old coffee mug, a photo of his parents, a stapler. That is all he has after 10 years of hard work. The rain is cold. It wets his hair and his gray suit. He feels heavy, not because of the box, because of the betrayal. He walks to a small, cheap cafe across the street. He sits down and orders a black coffee. He stares at the dark liquid. He thinks, what do I do now? Blackwood took my design. He took my salary. He took my life. Arthur feels like giving up. Suddenly, a young man sits at his table. It is Julian. Julian is a junior architect at the firm. He is young, handsome, and wears expensive clothes. Arthur, Julian says, I saw what happened. It was terrible. Arthur looks up. Hello, Julian. Blackwood is a monster, Julian whispers. I hate him too. Arthur nods slowly. He is a thief, Julian. Be careful. Julian leans closer. Listen, Arthur. I want to help you. There is a second category in the competition, sustainable housing. The deadline is tomorrow morning. Arthur shakes his head. I have no computer. I have no office. I cannot design anything. Julian smiles. It looks like a warm, friendly smile. Use my apartment, Julian says. I have a powerful computer. We can work together. We can beat Blackwood. Arthur looks into Julian's eyes. He sees hope. He sees friendship. Arthur is desperate. He is lonely. Okay, Arthur says. I have an idea. It is called the Green Oasis. It uses a revolutionary new material for the walls. Act 5, the second design. They go to Julian's apartment. It is modern and clean. Arthur sits at the computer. He starts to design the Green Oasis. It is a beautiful community center. It relies on a specific type of recycled plastic alloy called Poly-X. Arthur types the specifications. This material is the future, Arthur tells Julian. It is light as a feather, but strong as steel. It is very cheap. Julian watches him. Are you sure about the chemistry, Arthur? Arthur rubs his eyes. He looks exhausted. Yes, Arthur says. I read about it in a science journal. It is perfect. Arthur works until 3 a.m. His eyes are red. His hands are shaking. He saves the file. Then he falls asleep on the sofa. While Arthur sleeps, Julian stands up. He stops smiling. His face becomes cold. He takes a USB drive. He inserts it into the computer. Beep. He copies the file, the Green Oasis. He sends a text message to Mr. Blackwood. I have the backup plan. It uses Poly-X material. It is brilliant. Arthur is a fool. Julian leaves the apartment quietly. Arthur is left alone, sleeping. He looks peaceful. The audience thinks, poor Arthur. He trusted the wrong man again. Act 6, the awakening. Arthur wakes up. The sun is shining. He looks around. Julian, he calls. The apartment is empty. Arthur looks at the computer. The file is open, but the folder history shows copied at 3:15 a.m. Arthur freezes. He checks his pockets. His phone is gone too. He realizes the truth. Julian was not a friend. Julian was a spy. Arthur sits on the floor. He puts his head in his hands. He does not cry. He sits there for a long time. Finally, he stands up. He walks to the window and looks at the city. He adjusts his glasses. He whispers to the empty room. They took the bait, both of them. For the first time, Arthur smiles. But it is not a happy smile. It is a dangerous smile. Act 7, The Grand Gala. 3 days later, the Grand Architecture Gala. The hall is full of gold, diamonds, and rich people. Mr. Blackwood is the star of the night. He wears a tuxedo. He holds a glass of champagne. Julian stands next to him, looking proud. "Good work, Julian," Blackwood says. "If the first design fails, we use the second one. I cannot lose." Arthur is there too. He stands in the back, in the shadows. He wears his old gray suit. People look at him and laugh. "Look at the loser," they whisper. The head judge, Mrs. Sterling, walks to the stage. She is the strictest engineer in the country. "Ladies and gentlemen," she begins, "we have reviewed the submissions. Let us start with the entry from Blackwood Associates, the glass diamond." An image of the curved tower appears on the big screen. It shines beautifully. Blackwood puffs out his chest. Mrs. Sterling puts on her glasses. "Mr. Blackwood," she says, "visually, it is stunning." "Thank you," Blackwood says loudly. "However," she continues, her voice becomes hard, "did you check the physics of the curve?" Blackwood freezes. "The physics?" "The curved glass acts like a giant magnifying glass," she says. "At noon, this building will focus the sun onto the street. It will create a temperature of 200 degrees Celsius. The crowd gasps. "You built a solar death ray, Mr. Blackwood. You would melt the cars and burn the people. This project is rejected as dangerous." Blackwood turns red. He is sweating. He grabs Julian's arm. "The backup," he hisses. "Now." Act 8, the second failure. Julian steps forward. "Wait," Julian shouts. "Mr. Blackwood has another design. A masterpiece of sustainability. The green oasis." The screen changes. The beautiful community center appears. Mrs. Sterling looks at the file. "Ah, yes," she says. "The green oasis, using poly-X material." Blackwood breathes out. "Yes, it is revolutionary." Mrs. Sterling takes off her glasses. She looks at Blackwood with anger. "Mr. Blackwood," she says, "poly-X is indeed strong. But did you check the chemical composition?" Blackwood stammers. My team." "Poly-X is highly flammable," Mrs. Sterling says. "If someone lights a match near this building, the walls will catch fire instantly. And when poly-X burns, it releases toxic gas." The crowd screams. People step back. "You tried to build a death ray," Mrs. Sterling says, "and then you tried to build a toxic bomb. You are not an architect, sir. You are a criminal." Blackwood screams at Julian. "You idiot. You gave me a bomb." Julian is shaking. Arthur said it was safe. He tricked me." They look around the room. "Where is he? Where is Arthur?" Act 9, the mastermind. "I am here," a voice says. Arthur steps out of the shadows. He walks to the stage. He does not look tired anymore. He looks sharp. He looks awake. He takes the microphone from the shocked Mrs. Sterling. "Mrs. Sterling," Arthur says calmly, "the glass diamond was designed to reflect the sun. I adjusted the curve by 2 degrees on purpose." The crowd goes quiet. "And the green oasis?" Arthur continues. "I invented the specifications for poly-X that night. It does not exist. But the chemical formula I wrote? Yes, that is basically solid gasoline." Blackwood shouts, "He is crazy. He admits he made mistakes." Arthur turns to Blackwood. His eyes are cold steel. "They were not mistakes, Mr. Blackwood," Arthur says. "They were traps." I knew you would steal the first design, so I made it a weapon. I knew Julian was a spy, so I gave him a bomb. Arthur turns back to the judge. But an architect always has a real plan. Arthur pulls a simple envelope from his jacket pocket. I submitted this via registered mail 3 days ago. My own submission, under my own name. Mrs. Sterling opens the envelope. She smiles. A real, warm smile. Entry 808, she reads. The Phoenix Bridge. Safe, beautiful, and built with standard steel. She looks at the crowd. The winner is Arthur Penhaligon. Security guards drag Blackwood and Julian out of the hall. They are finished. Arthur stands on the stage. The applause washes over him like rain. He adjusts his glasses. He is not invisible anymore. He proved that you can steal a plan, but you cannot steal a mind. The shadow finally became